vlogging. We are live.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. I have Cindy as well as Susan here with me today.
We're busy right now because we're kind of hearing crickets at the moment. We're trying to keep the office busy, the crew's busy. I don't know if any.
Yeah, that wasn't me. Just to throw it out there, the brains behind Wholesale Fencing, his name is Adam Butts, and it's great. If and when you need to get your fence materials, we sell them nationwide, all different varieties, and that's the only plug I'll throw in there.
I think it's gonna dumb our generation up a little bit, though. I'm nervous that after a while nobody's gonna be writing their own emails. They're just gonna be They're gonna be typing in, tell Susan I think she smells funny.
Yeah, he asked me about it too. He said, "What's Susan's mom's name?" And I said, "Toby." And he was like, "She requested me." And I said, "Accept it. Duh, we love mom."
And we started doing meetings in the morning, and we have designated I don't know if you guys have how you do your teams. International BNIs.
BNI.
Yeah, they
BNI every city.
Yeah. Y con eso, hablando de eso, es qué difícil es cuando una persona entra a trabajar a un lugar que nada más hablan en inglés, ¿verdad?
I love the challenge. I love learning new stuff every day. And I feel like if I had to choose to do that on my own, I don't know that I would.
I like that.
I will tell you, my husband and I, we just got into the digital world this last, in 2023. We were still handwriting, all of our lead forms, all of our, fence layouts, everything.
I need my little halo on top of my head.
Does that mean I need to put on my horns?
What the Fence Show is all about. And, I stuck around because I got a great group of amazing women.
You're talking about, millions and millions of dollars in a contract is not something that is, I guess, typical in the fence world, right?
Makes me jealous. Now I want a horse, Brian.
Whoa. Hi, everybody. It is September 2nd. So that means we're practically a month out from the Fence Show, which is so exciting. I'm Michaela Patterson with the Women of FWA. I also have Bailey and Susan and this guy, Brian, we found. I don't know. You want to introduce yourself?
Bring along.
I mean, we're actually 29 days away, but who's counting, right? Who's keeping track of that stuff?
Down to the hour.
Hey, Lindsay.
I guess let's just jump right into it.
Let's do it.
Big picture. What can we expect this year at the Fence Show?
Every year is something different. If you went to the last two, we change it up every single time. At least we try. So I think we start off when we start planning this thing every year with what are we going to do to make it bigger, better, and more exciting somehow? How are we going to bring something new into it that our industry hasn't seen at a show? And we start off with this massive plan of all the stuff I want to build, but then we realize that our budget is this, and I want this, right? So after months and months of arguing and debating over things that they say I can't do, we still end up doing something different. So I think this year you're going to see something completely different. There's no doubt.
I always assumed that Brian just said, "Can we make Susan crack this year?" And he gets really close. Yeah, I thought that's how we planned the show.
Yeah, it is. I try to crack her by Friday. That way she's got 2 days off to kind of come back and start fresh on Monday.
Yeah.
So nice of you.
I mean, I know that the Women of FWA, we have a brunch this year, a networking brunch. That's new and exciting. We're expanding our footprint on the show. So I'm pretty excited about that.
I'm really excited about that.
And that's first time ever. I mean, you guys, first time we've done a brunch, you guys have arranged that whole thing. So that's, what is that, Wednesday before the expo hall opens up, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, I was going to get Shania Twain on a horse to come down and get you guys. But again, couldn't do that. So apparently we're all gonna have to walk up.
I said no.
From the brunch to the expo hall.
I'm really upset about that.
Right. Thanks, Susan. Right. No, nobody has horses. Are you happy?
I told him he could ride a horse up to the brunch, and he said no.
I know.
Party poopers all around.
So what are you guys excited about? I know every year it comes around. You guys feel the energy already?
I feel like I feel the energy once the old show is over, and then we plan the new show.
The whole year we've been feeling the energy.
I know. I always say I'm gonna relax afterwards, and I was like, and I'm wired that night. I'm just like staring and going, okay, what are we gonna do next year? The next day, it's almost like a storm is it's over or something, but then it seems boring. I'm like, I need some problems. I need to do this. I need to get this thing going again. And everybody's like, no, we're just gonna relax for a little bit. I go, no, we have to get started now. If we're gonna make it bigger and better, we got to start now. And like, okay, can we just finish packing up all the stuff and get it back to the yard first?
No, so I guess, I don't know, between this year and last year, what's new, what's different, what's big, what's happening? Tell us.
I think, if you don't mind, Susan, I'll take it. But if
share some of those great statistics, please.
It is. You know what's really cool is I'm looking at the registration numbers, and right now it's like 60% of the people that are registered haven't been to one of the fence shows yet. So they weren't at 23 and they weren't at 24, and our numbers are still above where they were with pre-registration stuff, but they still 60%, which means we're getting a lot of new people. It means what we're doing to try to make sure it's not just recycled networking where, if you are spending the money to get your booths, and if you are going and you want to meet new people and have new relationships, it's new people, right? It's not, it's fun to see our friends. Don't get me wrong. We all love to meet up with our friends and stuff. But if you want these shows to actually grow and help our industry become, the professional industry that it needs to be, we've got to keep bringing new people in. And it's showing that, if you look at the statistics, typically it's like anywhere from 20 to 30% of shows, or even 40 to bring, first timers in is a big deal. So the fact that we're bringing those kind of numbers of new people in, it's a big deal for us in the industry. So I'm kind of excited about that. Probably I was just running all the numbers through, and I got that information back like yesterday. So I'm like, I got to share this. Yeah.
And we about 30 to 40 our exhibitors bring exhibitors to our show as well.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about that. That means like when you show up and you've been here in the past, you're also meeting new faces, not just new attendees, but also new manufacturers, suppliers, vendors, like the whole nine. Like I'm pretty excited about that. I think that shows that growth and word of mouth is really getting out there about the FWA and about the Fence Show and Security Expo. And it really just, it's nice to know that all the work that even you guys are putting in every single day is getting seen. Like we didn't do this alone. We did this because of you guys too. You know what I mean? I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. The community is growing. And it's, even if it's one person at a time, sometimes it's just cool to see it. Because it's obviously people come and go, come in and out. They're excited, then they're not. They're excited, then they're not. It's shows and associations and everything is tough. Because what one person wants to get out of it's completely different than what the other person wants to get out of it. So you're like all year you're trying to build this show to have all the manufacturers and suppliers and all the exhibitors get something out of it. But then at the same time, how do you manage to grow all these other things like, the health and the life insurance and all the other stuff so that the members get something out of it? Because without the members, then you really don't have anybody to come to the shows and stuff, right? So, but without the shows, then it's just it's amazing how it intermingles and crosses so much. So I think that Susan and everybody and you guys, we've all just done an amazing job for the amount of staff we have and the amount of time we all volunteer and put into it. We in such a short period of time, we kind of revitalized this industry in a way. And, and there's not just us, but everywhere else. There's more excitement in it. There's more. Everybody's competing to take care of contractors now. It's like even with the resources and the education, and not just FWA, but across the board. So it's exciting to see all that. And I never if somebody wants to copy. If I had an idea and I spit it out there, and someone else can copy it and do it better, do it. I got 50 other ideas behind it. So I'm never upset if somebody steals an idea of mine.
He's really not joking.
I'm like, I didn't have to do that one. That's good because I thought of a better one already. So go ahead and take it. Hear me say something.
What about education? What all is available? Kimberly is asking.
Yeah. So Susan, this year's a little bit different. This year we really kind of focused on, we kind of swapped up the education, kind of what people, we don't want the same stuff every time you go. I mean, we can only certify so many people to install gate operators, or, things like that. And then what's the, everybody's always saying, what's the point of going back? What's the point of going back if it doesn't change? Well, just like the exhibitors, if we don't, if we get stuck in a rut at the shows where it's the same 100 and 200 exhibitors you see every time, you start to lose interest, and you've already passed all the tests. You've already seen all the exhibitors. So we need new exhibitors, and we need new ways of to bring some new education to it. So this year, when people are pretty excited about it, some of the classes filled up pretty quick, is how to bid commercial. So we found that a lot of, especially with FWA, a lot of our members are the 1 to 5 crews, right? And and I've always said that it's not typical to have 10, 15 trucks. The typical fence company is me and my brother and my uncle and our angry wives, and we go out and build fence, right? This is what we do. So that's your average fence company. And nonetheless, though, those I think that we're creating classes to help. And a lot of times it's one thing to get access to materials and say, okay, now you can buy from the big suppliers, because that was an issue that I think that we helped fix a little bit on ourselves by opening up the bigger suppliers, and now they're chasing the small fence companies. You've noticed that over the last couple of years. But now that they can buy materials, how are they going to bid the jobs, right? It's you get this thing from a general contractor, you get this bid request, for a commercial project, not even a general. So I think the classes like how to bid commercial, teaching you addendums and how to look at the plans, just a summary of it, and how to write a proposal so that you're putting some of the terms and conditions to what you put in for a residential bid is completely different to what you would do, and how you do the billing. You guys have all billed jobs on some of these where you have to bill to a general contractor. It's completely different than billing it to a homeowner, right? Whole other ballgame. You miss one little thing and it's another 30 days before you get paid. So that's that. And then how to bid gate operators as well. Small business powerhouse. I know there's all kinds of stuff that we've got in there. Supplier tours. We're going to actually be doing some. We realized that after talking to a lot of them, they have a hard time walking into the booths. So we're going to be meet us up here. We're going to take you around to the suppliers. We're like, hey, Ken, this is Jeff, and this is Michaela. Hey, we're going to make the handshakes, right? Have you met Bailey? Bailey, get over here. I want you to meet, this supplier. And we're going to make that handshake and let them, hopefully do a little bit better exchanging.
I'm also pretty excited. We have a lot of companies that are incorporating AI. So like how to get ranked in AI, scaling through AI, the current state of AI in fencing. We're all super obsessed with that kind of information. And people have taken these snippets of a portion of their business and how they're really filtering it through AI. How many conversations do you see happening on Fence Industry Only about this is what I did and this is what it's doing for me, and I tried this but it didn't work, you know what I mean? So maybe some really good hands-on. Also Nikki Hage's daughter Chelsea Hage works for a commercial insurance company, and she's gonna be hosting an entire intro to commercial insurance, getting your business sell ready, so preparing for the future, digital success blueprints for fence companies, and then of course 25 smartest things we've seen fence company do online that you should still. Come on. Is that not a perfect Sam Nutella class? If you've ever heard one.
Love that.
And you'll see you'll see Sam Nutella will be there, and you'll see a lot of the, a lot of the software companies. So it's the ones you deal with every day. So if you want, if you want to talk to your software companies and things like that, so they're still there, but it's going to be a lot of new stuff as well. Mm-hmm. So we're kind of excited about that. And honestly, I think you'll find out about the show. Everybody that's exhibiting at this show, they want to take care of fence companies of all sizes. So they probably wouldn't be at this show, to be honest, because we push it. We're talking to them on the phone. We're like, hey, are you going to sign people up at this, at this show? And I don't think anybody asks the exhibitors that. Hey, are you going to have people there to sign? Nobody tells these large distributors. I'd really love for you to have somebody there to sign people up while they're there. Don't make them walk away and go down there because they felt uncomfortable walking in, like they weren't big enough. So definitely, go and get to jump on one of these tours. Software tour too. We're going to be doing that.
Yeah. Yep. So is there something you want to tell our audience, maybe a surprise or a sneak peek about the show floor that's almost sold out?
I don't know. Here's the floor. Look at this. And we're already hit our magic number, which is about 150 exhibitors. That we don't feel real comfortable until we hit about 150 exhibitors, because that means we don't have to keep pushing as hard for exhibitors and stuff. So we're already at 150, and filling these last few 10 by 10s, that's going to be pretty easy in the next 30 days. So, but we did listen. Everybody said they wanted these golf outings, and when you're going to do some golf, you're an association, you got to do golf, and you got to go fishing, you got to go skeet shooting, or you can't call yourself an association in our industry, right? So I listened, I heard, and we're bringing the golf to the floor right here on the expo floor. We've got 9 holes right there on the floor. So you don't even have to go stand out in the sun, And if you got one of the all access passes, the beer is free. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
9 holes. You don't have to pay for those ridiculous cart fees and all that stuff. So it's going to be a blast. So I can't wait to get everybody out there on the course.
Very fun.
You're so stoked about this.
It is going to be fun. That does sound like a lot of fun, actually.
And then there's some other stuff going on the other side, which I don't know, Susan, are we going to release some information? I'll let them see that for the first time.
I don't know. Tell them.
Okay. So we've got these, because I'm gonna end up releasing it at some point.
Yeah.
So we've got these massive, like 7 foot round, almost pieces of wood, chunks of wood with logos and stuff on it, of course. And those are going to be about 16 inches off the ground. We've got about 50 RC cars that's coming over to the expo, and there's going to be some giveaways, some competitions, and you're going to line 16 of them up around each one of these rims facing in. And you're about 16 inches up, and it's going to be a derby. So the last one standing on this platform is going to be winning some prizes. So we're gonna see what the skills are of some of the RC skills.
I feel like that could get very competitive very quickly.
Yeah, and I've already told them. I said, make sure you stabilize this table. I mean, we're gonna have people up on top of this thing at some point. It's only 16 inches. There's gonna be somebody up there either angry, stomping, or getting photos or dancing or something. I said so. Yeah, but don't go up there and dance on it, everybody. But we're going to make it sturdy enough in case you can. But I'm just telling you, don't. But if you do, make sure we're there with the camera. No, don't. Just don't go up on top of these things.
Oh my gosh. No lies. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be really interactive, hands-on, a good place to kind of like relax and meet people around you. It's a good icebreaker, because we know that a lot of people come to these shows. They're on a mission. They don't really interact with the people around them. And that's one thing that we 100% wanted to always do differently. We wanted to create an inclusive atmosphere where you felt comfortable, where you could talk to the people around you, where exhibitors and attendees were all the same, right? Like,
yeah.
So it's all coming true.
Some big names in this year, right?
Ford.
Andrea wants to race. See, everybody's gonna be racing some RC cars. We only needed like 30, so I said we got to get 50 because this is gonna be a disaster. But, right?
Love it.
I don't know what we're gonna do.
We'll be running out to Radio Shack in the middle of the show.
Yeah. What are some of like the big vendors that like you guys are excited about, like new this year?
Susan.
Ooh, 3D protection. They're like high security bollards and stuff like that. I'm like really stoked about those guys. They've got this really awesome like booth setup, really interactive. Of course, we're gonna have Fence Armor again. They're gonna have their biggest booth that they've ever had, which is a 20 by 20. And with that fun game in the middle, like, come on, yep. I'm obsessed. As y'all know, Lowe's and all of their vendor partners with the tools are coming in. So have we announced kind of like what we're doing with that area?
I don't think everybody quite knows, but there's an actual, it won't be hard to find because it's a pretty big area. Hopefully it's going to feel like you went to Lowe's, but we're going to have a tool crib in there. So you're going to have DeWalt, and I think Sacred is coming. You've got, a bunch of just miscellaneous tool companies that they can bring in as well. So for the first time ever at our fence shows, we're being recognized as not just a handyman trade, but an actual trade, which has always been the goal, right? And this is just the beginning. Ford's coming. Ford's bringing some trucks in there. Wow. So that's kind of cool. And I know it doesn't seem like much, but it's a big deal to have them at our shows. And it's just the beginning, because if we all come out and we support, what's going on in these things, if everybody shows up and comes to the show and shows the, some of these bigger distributors and bigger suppliers and stuff like this and manufacturers that we're a trade. we're here, we're out here, we're purchasing, we're spending money, and we're the ones buying the trucks and the tools. They're going to come back and they're going to bring more tools. Next thing you know, you've got, all of them showing up with those backpack cranes and whatever the heck they can think of, right? So we're pretty excited about the tool crib and having the first time ever, not just first time at our show, first time ever at shows in our industry showing up in Las Vegas.
Well, I'm excited that you could come to our show, possibly negotiate the price of a fleet of vehicles, add a water hopper to the back of it, stock it up with all your Lowe's tools, and then find your distributor to finish off the rest. Come on. Come on.
That's exciting.
So cool.
It is. Yeah, so we're jazzed. And this is just the beginning, because once everybody sees this, you're just going to see next year, obviously we're going to grow. Hopefully we can take over that arena, right? That's the goal. The goal is to take over that. If everybody listening, if you guys show up, all right, people will get bigger booths. The suppliers like the Lowe's and the Home Depots, it's not just about them. It's about the people that they're connected with, and all of them, getting all of the tool companies and everybody at our shows. We can expand. We can grow this thing into something, twice the size of it is. But it only works if everybody shows up and shows the rest of the world that, that our industry is strong. And it is. It's a huge industry, right? In the U.S., by the way, a lot of people don't realize it. The U.S. is the #1 market for fencing in the world. I don't know if you knew that. There's Asia Pacific's catching up and stuff like that. But right now, the U.S. is the top fence market in the world when it comes to materials and stuff. You wouldn't think that, right? But it is. So that means we have a lot of weight around the world, all of us. So you're going to see this year a lot more international people are coming in that we've been talking to, that I've been talking to regularly to get to the show. So you're going to get a lot of more international people showing up just to check us out. Next thing you know, they're at the shows, and they're helping our associations and our industry grow as well. So because they all want to get into the U.S. market, I tell them, hey, the U.S. is open for business. Come on in. We want.
Take a breath so anybody else can speak.
I know. I'm excited. Okay.
I also wanted to mention, don't forget about the Homeland Supplier Alley. They've brought in all of their suppliers from all across the United States. So it does not matter what corner of the United States that you are coming from. There will be somebody here that can support you. That's what I'm really excited about. So, it's not just a West Coast show. I know a lot of people think that, but it's just a great location.
Yeah.
So.
Homeland, for the first time ever, I think, bought an entire aisle. Mm-hmm. Reserved or basically for everybody. So they got an entire, what is aisle 900? See that green aisle?
Wow.
Those are all Homeland distributors. So they took over an entire aisle and filled it up with distributors from all over the country. So no matter where you are in the country, basically the world,
even Canada, yes. So all over.
There's going to be somebody that sells Homeland products in that area, which is really cool. Which is a unique thing to see for manufacturers to do.
That's real cool. Speaking of Homeland, isn't there a party happening?
What'd you say? Ain't no party like. What was you saying, Susan?
It's ain't no party like a Homeland party, because a Homeland party don't stop.
That's right. That's right. Hey, but everybody's listening. You're lucky she didn't sing that, because she was singing earlier. But
it was so good.
I serenaded all my friends and Brian.
And the JC Gurry party, you guys.
Yes.
I don't think there's anybody listening that doesn't get their signs from JC Gurry. So come support JC Gurry. Mark and Mary are having their 75th. Isn't that crazy?
We just got our signs from them today. It was very exciting.
I saw your signs. I was visiting them. I think I took some pictures. I saw them when they were making them.
Brand new today. Got about 100 of them in.
And those are reflective, right?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
I love that.
Yeah, so they're doing their party on Tuesday. So
and don't forget your fence signs.
Mm-hmm. They're in the fence sign competition again. That was fun.
Yeah, they're doing. JC Gurry's got a 20 by 20 booth, the biggest booth they've ever had, ever. So they've got over 1,000 fence signs. They said they're going to be putting up 1,000 fence signs in one place. So if you've ever wanted to go see and compare fence signs, I think this is going to be the show to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like that one. I don't like that one. I like that one. I don't like that one. And bring yours to throw for the competition. I think they've got first prize of like 500, second prize like 300, and another one of 100. And I just heard I think JC Gurry's doing the 5, and then Founders Fence is doing the 2nd and 3rd place.
Nice.
Mhm.
That's
I
kind
love
of cool.
Founders. Founders is awesome.
Mhm.
They're kind of the new kids on the block too.
Yep.
So. But yeah, I feel like there's going to be a surprise around every corner. No, we did not even touch a quarter of the most annoying thoughts that Brian has. If I'm just being honest with y'all, like, there, like I said, there's surprises coming around every corner. Things that we can't even remember all at once because like, there's just so much going to be going on. I'm excited. It's going to be a great show.
We'll get there. We're going to get there to where we get to actually pull off that show that's envisioning to where eventually we'll be able to pull that thing off. Maybe we'll have to have a space 3 times as big, but we'll pull it off. It'll be like a carnival inside this expo. We do what we got to do, right?
Yeah.
Right. So now's the time. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say, I know you guys talked about like percentages earlier. Like, there's a bunch of new attendees coming, but like, do you have like a ballpark of like how many like total attendees that you're like looking at right now?
We started off with we'd like to have 3,500 people. I mean, and it's a little, it's a little different. If we wanted to fill it up, like I said, with the same people every time, it's a little easier to get like just manufacturers, suppliers. Not that we want them there, but if you're just trying to build something that's really, really corporate, they've got budgets, to do it. So filling it up with fence companies is always a little more difficult, which is what we do. We go around and visit them and stuff. So we'd like to get to 3,500, if we can. But what were we at, like 2,000 to 2,200 last time to 20? We're about a little bit over the same as last year. Mm-hmm. So if we can get 2,500, we're happy. But I'd like to get 3,500, I guess. But that's the goal.
A month to go.
Yes, a lot happens in that last month. And I'm finding that like people are calling me every day right now saying, I've never heard of this show. Like, how do I get there? Right. So, Michaela, how do people get to the show?
You could go to fenceshow.com and find all the information on there and book your hotel room and get your expo hall passes and your education passes and your brunch pass.
What's a good code they can use, Michaela, to get on the floor for free?
WFWA 25.
Yeah, we're bringing you down, Brian.
I know. You see that? They're already passing up my FWA 25 for the member stuff.
And he still had to add it in. But WFWA gets you more access.
But if you don't want to type all that out, you can.
Oh my gosh.
So that brunch is gonna be, so when you register, it's a little more unique this year. When you register, you can actually click on that stuff, so you can select that you want to attend these things. So that's kind of cool. And then it's like your birthday. It's like how you never know. Sometimes if people don't RSVP, you don't know how much cake to get, and you end up showing up, and there's always that people that didn't get a piece of pizza or some cake, and you're like, man, I wish I would have known you were coming. It's the same thing on these things. We have to put our food and beverage orders in on these shows, even your stuff, like months in advance, and it's like 70% of the people don't even register until the last 30 days, and I think like half of those people don't until like 5 days before. And so some of the stuff, the perishables and some of the stuff, we can't add at the last minute because they have to bring them in. So you end up with not as good as snacks. That's on you guys. I mean, because part of the snacks and the food comes with those all access passes. But if you're buying them at the last minute and there's not as many of the sliders and you're down to granola bars, I don't want to hear no complaining.
Right.
We need you to
And just so everybody knows, like, we would like you to RSVP to the JC Gurry party and the Women of FWA brunch. Yep. That being said, we're not going to kick you away at the door. We're just going to ask that you eat a little bit less.
No, we can always up it, so it'll be fun regardless.
Yes, I think so.
We've always got room. Luckily we've done it a couple years, so we can kind of estimate what it's going to take, and we've adjusted. We based off of the numbers, we know about where we're going to end up, based off of it, the pre-registration. So fear not, everybody. If you come and get a pass, we're going to get you some beer and get you some croissants somehow. Yes. So what else, you guys? This was probably one of my favorite interviews I've had.
Where you got to talk the whole time and hear yourself.
Look, my advertisement back there too. Look at that.
Oh man. No, that's really it for us. I don't have anything else I think I'd like to add right this moment. I mean, we have more information coming out every single day. Please be patient with us. We are a small team of only like 5 people who are also running, with the exception of me, running Las Vegas Fence. So like, you know, the team is spread thin, but it's all going to be great. And the information is going to come out. I do plan on having education out this week.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We're going to be updating that because I mean we have a bunch out, but there'll be a bunch more stuff being added to it as you know, as we get people. And sometimes it comes down to the exhibitors that are there, which a lot of times the exhibitors are the ones that are really helping with some of the training, the education. So as they commit to, you know, when they know, sometimes the exhibitors don't know what staff they're sending until it gets closer to the show. So that'll be kind of cool. And then don't forget to go to Fence Social, you guys, because Michaela, you're in there. I know it doesn't seem like a big deal now, but you'll see views in there. There's hundreds of people in there, and that's the actual app you're going to be using to scan badges. So it won't be that system that we had last time that nobody liked, that we were paying a fortune for. This is and it wasn't working anyway. So this is going to be a really nice app, and you're going to be able to connect to everybody. It's going to, when it's done, it's going to be like going to an expo every day. You're going to have access to everybody all the time and communicate in our industry. And a lot of the suppliers are on there, Master Halco and Eagle Fence distributors. I mean, there's more and more. If you go in there every day, there's more and more distributors and stuff in there. So it's going to be a way for you guys to start communicating with them, directly as well through there. And they're going to be using this to scan your badges. So you can scan. So go in there and download the Fence Social app. You'll see a lot of information on that at the show.
Yeah, it's great. It's super user friendly too. I was kind of hesitant and I was like, oh gosh, I'm going to have to relearn, like TikTok or something and relearn how to use it. No, just log in, set it up, and you're good to go.
Yeah, pretty similar to what you're used to already, which was the plan. Yeah, because I don't like to learn new platforms. I still don't do very well at Instagram. I don't know why I struggle in there. I started on TikTok, believe it or not, and then Facebook, and then in Instagram, I just don't get it. I don't know what to do.
It doesn't get you either. It's okay.
I know. I think I have like -3 followers in there or something.
Anything else, Michaela?
I don't think so. We're just excited to see everyone. The Women of FWA has a lot of fun new things coming to our booth this year. So make sure you stop by booth 719. I'm really excited. Anything else, Bailey?
No, I mean, I think we pretty much covered it all. I'm just excited to see all the new stuff and the golf and the RC cars. Are you kidding me? All the education plus the fun. It sounds like it's going to be a show you don't want to miss.
Yeah. You guys got new, don't you guys have new jewelry this year?
New necklaces.
A secret?
No. Posted. Yeah.
We're already advertising.
Yep.
Oh, you are? Okay, good. Yeah. So I was like, oh. But,
so it's like we just have so much new also that like it's hard to keep track of it all. So you have to come by the show and come by the booth. Yeah.
So stop by your 719, which is going to be 20 by 20, right in the middle. You guys are the hub of this entire show, right? So that's going to be cool. And then, of course, the JC Gurry's on there, 415. So they're bringing their whole team. So you're going to get to meet the people that were actually in there building the sign. How cool is that?
Very cool.
That's the alarm for us to cut it off.
Okay.
I love it.
All right. That was a good practice run, you guys. Now let's do it.
Well, thanks, Brian, for kind of walking everyone through what they can expect, and excited to see you in, what'd you say, 29 days, not a month?
Coming fast. Education starts 2 days earlier, so take a look at the schedule. And if some of this stuff, if you do want to come, we still have the quick start class for the gate operators if you come early, but then the how to bid commercial and how to bid gate operators is also going on the 2 days prior. So definitely worth coming early if you want to get in some of that.
Awesome. Peace.
See you guys.